that would,
Sorry,
perfect.
Ryan, I'm recording it.
Hey, no, that's okay. That makes it easier for you to share it with everyone else later. So for those of you who had an account who have not logged in yet, so you will click here at the bottom, lost your password. And for the username or email, you would use exactly what you had username or email wise from Open in Indiana. So once you enter that in and confirm you're not a robot, you'll receive an email with your password reset that will allow you to set a password so that you can get into the site. Now, it is important to note we are enforcing relatively strict passwords that helps keep everything protected. So we don't want anyone who shouldn't be in your account able to log in and do anything. So let's go back here and talk about some of the biggest changes that have happened on the site. So one important thing I want to point out, we merged business listings and member profiles together since the majority of our members were only updating one or the other. So we could get them to fill out their member profile or their business listing. It was very seldom that someone would get both completed. So what we're going to refer to from this point is everything is now considered your member profile, since you can put all of that information that you could on your business listing on Open in Indiana in your profile. There's just no need to create a totally separate place for it. So from the activity page, one improvement that we wanted to make sure we implemented here was the ability to add images, videos, and web links into your posts. So it was set up previously with Open in Indiana that you could just add a web link in and attach a video to it. This here explains a little more explicitly that you're allowed to put videos or images or links into your posts. So let's go ahead and grab a video here real quick and I'll demonstrate that for you. So if you're using YouTube or Vimeo, you simply click the share link for that video and let's see, let's get that link here. Got it. So we'll paste that in and then click preview. And so what you're going to see is how the video is going to display into your post. And now above that in your in the message, you can say whatever you would like to say about the post. And then once you click submit video to post, what that will do is publish it into the activity feed. So all of the other members who log into the site are able to see that. They are then also able to comment on it or mark it as a favorite. Now for your own content, one of the new features that exists here, you can now close down commenting on content. So if there's a post that you're no longer wanting to receive comments on, you just simply click the close button and that will stop the ability for anyone to leave comments on your content. Now, once you've closed it, you can of course open it back up if you'd like to receive anything about that again. So that just gives you a little additional flexibility. Now, to quickly address some of the ways that we were able to address the performance issues with the community here, is that as you scroll down the page, we noticed that Open in Indiana was queuing up everything that's ever been published at one time, which is why sometimes it would take over a minute to get that page loaded. We've been able to solve that by allowing it to just auto-populate an additional couple of posts at a time, so that if you are still scrolling that far in the page, it will then just load up some more content for you. So you're no longer waiting for it to queue everything up right away. Let's see. So let's talk about the individual member profiles here. So one of the things that we are enforcing now for every member on the website is that you have to have a profile picture set up, and you have to at least have your name and location filled out. So anything beyond those fields is optional. The reason for the profile picture requirement is humans are very photogenic and recognizable to images. So it helps build that relationship a little further to have either your headshot or your logo, just something that helps members remember who you are or build that that familiarity, if you will. So let's see here. Under the member profile, just like you could with Open in Indiana, you can edit all of your profile fields. We have implemented a little better text editing capability for your member bio. So you are able to do some limited text editing. You can also put links into your member bio. So if you have something you specifically want to send a page on your website where you have your bio or a little more extensive resume, you can put those in there. Next, you have your service organization membership. So if you're a member of any defined service organization, such as Rotary or Kiwanis, you can enter that in here. If you're a member of another service organization that's not listed, you simply check the other service organization box, and then you'll receive a text field where you can enter in the service organization that you're a part of. Let's see, professional title and company name are carryovers from Open in Indiana. Next, we have industry. So this is new here. This is one of the things of the business directory listings that's being merged into your member profile. So you can choose the industry that best describes what you do. As before, if there just is not a good fit for your business and what your business does, send me an email and let me know, because we are always looking for ways to improve the site. So if your business just does not fit into any of the industries we have, let us know so that we can make it possible for you to have your industry on here. Let's see, next we have chamber or business association members. So TTR networking is one of the options that members can check. And so what that does is on the front end of the website, that allows it to have pages that show only TTR networking members. So for example, if I'm looking at Jennifer's profile and she has the box checked that she's a TTR networking member, I can then click on that and view all the members in the website that have TTR networking as one of the organizations that they're a member of. So it gives people an additional way to connect with each other.
Ryan, can I ask a question real quick? Sorry.
Sure.
I think Angie's question. Angie was saying, what did you say, Angie? Are you there?
So my question was, all the profile stuff that we already entered in Open Indiana, did it transfer over when you started this site? Or do we have to go back and re-enter everything?
Most of the information has carried over. I know pictures did not, and as well as people that you were already set up as friends with, but I believe most of your profile information has carried over.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. And so just as you could with Open in Indiana, you can customize the privacy of each of these fields. By default, for everyone's privacy and the ability to let them decide how they want to share their information, we default all fields to friends. So people that you've accepted a friend request from, you can of course indicate whichever privacy level that you would like. So it's worth noting everybody means whether or not they have an account or are logged in. And all members means anybody who has an InspireSmall.Biz account, whether or not they're friends with you. So you can also opt to not display a field to other users by specifying only me. And of course, when you change these privacy levels, always make sure to click close because that forces the site to accept your change. At the bottom of your profile page, there is a save button. So anytime you make changes to your profile, make sure you click the Save Changes button. And then there is a new tab here called Special Offers. And so I'm going to leave this page since I don't want to save my changes. And so under Special Offers, you have a couple of options here. So if you offer any special discount for InspireSmall.Biz members, you can plug that in here. And this gives you the ability to add text and hyperlinks. So if you have a special page on your website, you can add that in here as well. We also have a box for if you offer a veterans discount. So just as you would with your profile, Click on Save Changes if you've made updates. And on the front end of your profile, you'll see how all of your information displays for other users. Let's see. Now, another thing to point out here, we did change how events are added to the website. So when you're looking at the front end of your profile, so from the top menu, you hover over Profile and would click View My Profile, and that brings you to this page. On the left tab, if you click on Events, this page will show any event listings that you have active on the website. So since this account does not have any events currently, it just shows the Add Event button. So everybody has the ability to add events to the website. And it's important to note here that with our change to InspireSmall.Biz, we've started on the last week of the month. We are sending out an email to our entire email list that links back to a page where visitors can see all events listed in the site. So that last week of the month is all about making sure we're promoting everybody's events that are added.
Ryan, I think Angie had a question too, and I don't know. Angie?
Yeah, Ryan, I see on here where you can designate who can see different things in your profile. And it says everyone, members, friends. What is the difference between members and everyone? I thought that everyone that was on here was a member. Is that not correct?
So everyone who's on the site is a member, and anyone who is a member of TTR Networking is able to join the site, and there is a free membership available. The everybody defined in the privacy level means whether or not they're logged into an account on the website or if they even have one. All members means everybody who has an InspireSmall.Biz account. So if they're looking at it and they're not logged in, they wouldn't be able to see that information.
So someone who has not created you said there's a free membership. So anyone who has not created a free membership and not part of a paid membership, they can still go to this website and be able to view. If we put everyone, that means anyone that goes to the website, they don't have to actually be a part of InspireBiz, correct? Okay. Thank you.
Kind of cool, I think. I don't know.
Well, the idea is to give you the flexibility to make it just outward public viewing, but we want to make sure that everyone has their privacy concerns addressed, and that if they don't want to share the information any wider than people they may potentially know, that we give them that ability to say how far is too far.
Yep.
From the My Events here, you'll see that there's an orange button where you can click, and this will load the page where you're able to publish your new event. So give your event a name. Next, we have something that's brand new for InspireSmall.Biz. You can now tag events to a group. And so I'll explain a little further about what groups are here just in a couple of moments. But what this allows you to do is, so anyone who is a TTR Networking member and is a member of the group that's been created for you on this website, it gives you the ability to tag events directly to that group. So it'll show up on that group's page. And so for each of you as leaders of a specific TTR networking group, we can assign you as admins. So it'll allow you the ability to reject an event or delete it if it doesn't belong on there. But it also allows each of you the ability to submit events without having to have Jennifer's login or asking Jennifer to do it for you. So there's some additional flexibility that's available to you. Once you change when your event begins and ends, you can change your time zone. So if you're hosting an event that's, since we know there's parts of Indiana that are in Central Time, and once we get into Illinois, they're all Central Time. you have the freedom to specify whichever time zone you'd like to use. Other things worth noting here, with Open in Indiana, we had required that an event have a location. We no longer require that. So if your event happens virtually, you can specify no location, and then you're not required to give it even as much as an intersection as you previously had to. For the details of the event, you can plug anything in there that you would like. We do allow HTML, so if you want to hyperlink to anything that's supporting documentation for your event, you're able to do that. Tickets link allows you to point to any website you would like. So if you're using Eventbrite, that'll work. If you're using your own website, that'll also work. Anything that's web accessible that you would like attendees to register or purchase tickets from, you can do that. Then you can select your category. Next, you can upload an image. So once you choose your image, at the bottom of every page, and this is to make sure we're complying with states that have stricter privacy policy guidelines than Indiana does. So before submitting any event, you have to consent to your data being collected since it's being submitted in a form. So I would recommend that everybody read the privacy policy just because it's, you know, always wise to understand anything that you agree to. And once you've done that, you can click on the submit event button. And that will allow the event to then be submitted for approval on the website. So to help make sure that we aren't getting spam on the event calendar, we are still manually reviewing and approving events posted to the site. So during business hours, we get to them fairly quickly. Outside of business hours, it might take a little longer. So please add the events as soon as you know that they're happening, because that gives it more time to be on the site. And as I mentioned earlier, we have that last week of the month where we're sending out an email to let people know about everything event-wise that's added to the site. So not just our own events that we're hosting, anything that's been added. So next, let's talk about your member group. So with Open in Indiana, we had a member or organization landing page that had everyone's business listing on it. What we've done now, upgrading to InspireSmall.Biz, is we have created something called the organization group. And so this gives us a few additional opportunities here. And so I know I just probably scrolled right past it. There we are. So looking at the TTR Networking Organization Group, you'll see that we can designate more than one administrator to the page. So this gives each of you the opportunity to be able to moderate content that's added into the group. You can also invite more members, pull members out of the group, add events, moderate events that have been added to it. Another cool function that we've added for you here is the ability to put forums together. So if you have anything that you would like to share with members in that group, you are able to do so. Excuse me. Otherwise, let's go back to the home tab of your group. There we are. So just as it did with Open in Indiana, you'll see any featured members listed first. So these are members that are listed as local favorite or local connector members. And if you have more than 3, it carousels. So it shows you 3 at a time, and then it will shift to another group. And what that does is that speeds up the time for the page to load, since it's not trying to queue up a whole bunch of people at one time. Other things that you can see here, you can see the latest updates for that group. So under the activity tab here, just like you could on the home page, if you're a member of the group, you have the ability to share an update that you could also put an image, a video, or a link into, and that would then show up under the latest updates area of the home tab. Then next you have members. So what we have done here is rather than listing all members alphabetically, we have decided to order them as it'll show who's logged into the site most recently. So that way someone with the letter A in their name is not always the first person. It just depends on who was the most recent to log into the site and use it. Now, since we have eliminated business directory listings, we wanted to put a lot more focus on the privacy of the individual members. So anyone who has not directly opted in by creating their account, they're currently not visible on the site. So someone would have to create their account or log into it to be able to get it up and running. We're not just going to add everybody at the same time and put their information out there for just anyone to see. So below that, you have upcoming group events. So this will show you all of the events that are tied to this group. And so if we click on one of them, you'll see there's a new feature that we've added here for InspireSmall.Biz. You can now save an event to your calendar directly from the website. So if your event does not have a registration link, this still gives people the ability to put it into a format or into a device that would then allow them to be reminded when your event is coming up. So of course, if you do have a registration link, it still shows here where someone could click on it. And let's see here. And so that would then take you to the appropriate page where somebody could learn more and then register for it. And it is worth noting again that because each of your groups runs as an industry exclusive, Jennifer had requested that rather than just putting the Zoom details of your meetings in here, to send them to the page for your meeting on the TTR website. So that way someone could see if their industry was represented or not at that group. So that's how we're utilizing that here. Another thing worth noting, logged in members can leave comments on events. So if anyone has a question about the event, they can plug it in here. If they have anything at all that they'd like to say, they're able to plug it in. So you as the author of the event will receive an email notification that there's a new comment. So you could then come back to the site and comment on it. Now, it is worth noting that just like with any other social media website, if you comment on something on a site, it also turns up in the activity feed. So there's an unintentional benefit there that if somebody asks a legitimate question and you clarify it, it's then visible there for all the other members on the site to see it. Let's see here. Other things to look at here under the community tab, you'll see at the bottom of that menu, there's the Find Friends button. And so this allows you to see all of the other members who are on the website. And so another important feature to point out here, we are now showing your business name and your industry on the front end. So that way, if you aren't already connected with somebody, you have an idea of who they are and what they do before you even reach out to them. Now, to be able to send somebody a friend request, you simply click on the Add Friend button. You can now customize a message and send it to them. So the reason for doing that here is twofold. It allows the person receiving the friend request to know exactly what the person wants to connect for or what their intentions are. But the other benefit here is it keeps people at a more moderate pace when adding connections on the website. Since we want each of you to connect with as many people as possible, but to give it a reasonable amount of time in between connecting, 90 seconds is about the ideal amount of time to make sure that the website does not hang up from sending too many requests. So for example, after just sending Angie a or a friendship request here, I should then wait 90 seconds before trying to add someone else as a friend. Excuse me. So if,
Go ahead, Ryan. We only have a few more minutes. I don't like to keep them too long, but go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, sure. So the last thing that I want to make sure that I point out here is that under the community tab, you'll see your messages inbox. So if someone sends you a message, that's where they'll go. If you click on my groups, it shows what groups you are a member of. And we encourage each of you as members to explore the other groups on the site, because the entire purpose of us here on this community is to help each other grow a successful business. And so that's something that's really the mission behind why we've put this all together.
Okay, cool.
So, and last thing to point out here under the events, if you click on the all events button, this will show you everything that's on the website. So you'll see, of course, the name of the event, who hosts the event, and what category it is. You can also search for events by keyword or category. You can also search for location. So Jennifer, I'll go ahead then and kick it back to you, since I know we're right at 4:59.
Well, I know, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off there, Ryan, but I'm sure people will have questions. So you guys all know how to reach out to him, but it does look like you thought of a lot of good stuff. Anybody got anything for him or any questions or? Thanks, Angie.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Angie, to respond to your question here that I see, since now I can see the chat, yes, I'd be happy to add a health and beauty as a category to the site, so that way you're able to utilize it.
Thank you. There is already a health and wellness, so I didn't know how different you wanted it to be, but I know there's probably going to be other skincare people on there that will want a category like that. So health and beauty works.
That'd be good. Dawn, did you have something?
I did. I was thinking about, I have in my notes that Ryan said that he merged the business listing with the member profile. So if a member has more than one business, can it still exist on Inspire Small Business?
Yes. So the easiest way to do that is to add each business with a comma in the company field of your profile.
Oh,
okay. Okay. Thank you.
We may have you back, Ryan, to do an all over onboarding. Angie Oakes, you look like you might have had a question. It's kind of dark there. I'm not sure if I can tell if you have a question or not. Oh, there she is. Whoa, she's a real. Okay. I'm joking.
The LED lights are brutal.
Well, it looks like a nice kitchen. It's very nice. So thank you for being here.
This is my pandemic kitchen.
Okay, there's a story there. Why is it?
I got it done during COVID.
Like I have a pandemic office.
Yeah, I get it. You guys, now I figured it out. Well, thank you all very much. A lot of good things happening. Ryan, this is exciting. We're happy for you, and we're happy that we're part of it. And we'll see. I don't have any problem at all having giving anybody else ability to do the adding of the events. That's probably the biggest thing that I feel like don't do very well, is get that out there. Nicole has helped me immensely with social media stuff, but as far as if we could get each of our leaders, if you have a visitor day or you're having a special speaker or whatever, I would love it if you guys can get that out there, and that helps Ryan's cause and helps our cause, so why not? Okay, and Angie, a phone call, is that good with you? Okay.
I'll be in the car.
Okay, I'll call you. All right, anybody else got anything? Just know, Nancy, Claire, thank you, that we do this the first, is it the first or the second Tuesday? What is it, Nicole? Is it the first?
Second.
It's the second Tuesday of the month. We do that, and we're doing them online. Before the pandemic, we did them in person, and we had a lot of fun and had good food and stuff, but it was expensive. And main event wasn't the problem. It was just, we had a lot of people that would come out for free food. It was a great place to do it, Claire. But we are talking about doing an event at Urban Air though, sometime here before too long. So if you guys keep on Claire to she's not the only one, but we got to think of an event that we can do. So
How about everybody brings their kids?
everybody brings their kids, let them play, and just.
I am having a Christmas in August event that everyone will be invited to.
When is that?
The second Friday in August. I will get all of the invites out hopefully by the end of the week.
So the second Friday in August, everybody put it down on your calendar.
I'm just gonna assume, Claire, that's the one on the north side.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
It's on the 13th. It would be the 13th of August. So, and we have also Melissa with One Hope Wine Tasting also sent out an invitation to the leaders only to a fundraiser thing that she's doing. We decided to combine it with another group that she was already doing, right, Nicole? Is that how it worked?
What group was it?
Oh, you're muted, Nicole, and you're laughing. It's so cute, but we can't hear you.
The Westfield group, I think. Is that the one?
Well, she's part of the Westfield group, but she was doing a fun, is it the same event with them? Okay, maybe it is. I don't know, but you should all have gotten an invite from her on that. And she's having it at her house. So we didn't want to just make it a big overall invitation to the whole membership. Not that wouldn't be a plan down the road, but if you're not familiar with One Hope, it might be a good thing. Thank you, Ryan. See? You ask and you shall receive. He already put.
We're like the insiders club of
Yes.
Inspire Small Biz.
Yes, we can give them all the scripts you want. But anyway, look for those things, guys. Thank you very much. I know we have our collaborating. Oh, Dawn's already gone. Collaborating Connection starts at 6. If you're not doing anything, you want to jump on her call. She has a great call usually. And anyway, but thank you for all you're doing. And look for the next one is. What is it? The next one is August 10th. Cannot believe we're talking about August. Okay, we're not yet, but we will be. I'll talk to you all soon. If you have questions, let me know, please.
Thanks, Ryan. Thanks,
you.
Jennifer.
Thank you, Ryan and Jen.
Thanks, everybody. Thanks.
Bye. Have a good week.
You
You're all
too.
awesome. Take care. Get better.